Okay, so what makes a car feel genuinely futuristic, but also, accessible? Is it just crazy tech? Or maybe a design that completely breaks the mold? Or somehow is it a price tag that just makes you stop and think, wait, really?
Uh,
Today, we're diving deep into a car that seems to promise all of that, the new Kia EV4 2026. Our mission to unpack everything we can from the sources, the articles, the specs, the first reviews, and give you the full picture. We want to see how Kia might be pulling off this mix of advanced tech, bold looks, and a surprisingly competitive price. Does it actually deliver?
exactly. And the EV4, it's a really big deal for Kia. It's their first global electric sedan, which is significant on its own. But what's really interesting is this dual approach they're taking. You've got a sedan version mainly for America and Asia, and then a hatchback for Europe. It shows they're really thinking about different markets, adapting the car.
Right.
Pretty smart.
Okay, let's get into the nuts and bolts. What's underneath? What kind of platform is this built on?
Right. So it uses Kia's 400-volt EGMP platform. That's their electric global modular platform. Using a dedicated EV platform like this is key. It means it's designed electric from the ground up. That helps with space inside, efficiency, and that 400-volt system is crucial for decent fast charging speeds. As for the powertrain, we're looking at a front-mounted electric motor. It puts out about 201 horsepower, that's 150 kilowatts, and it drives the front wheels only, for now at least.
Okay, 201 horsepower, front wheel drive. For someone maybe coming from a regular gas car, how does that feel? Is it like quick enough or more of cruiser?
Oh, it's definitely quick enough for daily driving, merging onto highways, that sort of thing. It won't, slam you back in your seat like some high-performance EVs. Yeah. But you get that instant electric torque, makes city driving feel really responsive, quite enjoyable, nimble, capable, not too aggressive. Now, range. That's always the big question, isn't it?
Absolutely. How far can you go?
You get two battery choices. There's a 58.3 kilowatt hour one that gives you an estimated range of about 235 miles, roughly 378 kilometers. Then there's a bigger 81.4 kilowatt hour battery. That bumps the range up significantly to around 330 miles EPA. And remember, EPA estimates tend to be pretty realistic for U.S. driving conditions. Interestingly, the European WLTP cycle suggests even more, maybe up to 630 kilometers for that larger battery. WLTP can be a bit optimistic sometimes. But even the EPA numbers, very solid for this class of car, makes it really practical.
Okay, good range. But then there's charging. How quick is it to juice it back up when you're running low?
Yeah, important point. It supports DC fast charging. You can go from 10% to 80% in about 30, maybe 31 minutes. Speeds are up to around 100, 115 kilowatts. So yeah, basically a coffee break charge. Now, AC charging at home, like with a typical 11 kilowatt level 2 charger, yeah, that's going to take several hours, probably 6 to 8 hours for a full charge, depending on which battery you have. One source did mention it could even take over 10 hours for a 100% charge at home, especially that bigger battery. Yeah. So perfect for overnight charging, definitely, but not really for a quick midday top-up at home. Right, right. Now, something that really caught my eye, I heard this car has vehicle-to-load, V2L, like it can power other things, maybe even your house. That sounds kind of amazing. Can you walk us through that? What does V2L actually let you do, and is there more to it, like this V2G idea? You heard right. It's a fantastic feature, vehicle to load, V2L. It basically lets you use the car's battery as a big power bank. So yeah, plug in your laptop at a campsite, run some small appliances during a power outage. Super handy for trips or emergencies. But you mentioned V2G. Vehicle to grid, that's the even bigger picture. Some versions of the EV4 are expected to support V2G as well, and that means the car could potentially interact with the energy grid. Imagine it helping stabilize the grid or maybe even feeding power back to your house or selling it during peak times. It turns the car from just transport into, well, part of the whole energy ecosystem. It's fascination stuff.
Wow, okay. That is a shift in thinking. Beyond the tech, though, the design is really striking. Kia keeps mentioning opposites united. Is that just marketing speak, or do you actually see it in the car? Like, how does it blend different ideas?
No, it's definitely more than just marketing. You can really see that opposites united philosophy in the exterior. You get this really fast sloping roofline, gives it that sleek, almost coupe look.
Yeah, I noticed that.
But then it's combined with these sharp geometric lines and creases. It creates this tension, this blend of sleekness and maybe a bit of ruggedness or structure. It's trying to be visually unique, appealing to maybe broader tastes than just a typical sedan or hatchback. Stand out in the crowd, yeah. And it's functional, too. That shape helps achieve a really low drag coefficient, just 0.23 CD.
That's really low.
It is, like sports car territory low. Means less air resistance, better range, quieter ride. Size-wise, the sedan's about 4.7 meters long, With a pretty long wheelbase, around 2.8 meters, that translates to good passenger space inside. Cargo, 490 liters in the sedan, a bit less in the hatch, 435 liters. Pretty decent. Oh, and it does have a small front trunk. Not huge, but useful for charging cables and smaller items.
Okay, so a bold exterior, does that carry through to the inside? What's the cabin experience like?
It definitely does. The interior feels very modern, quite open. It continues that theme of blending digital tech with comfort. The main thing you notice is the dashboard, these dual 12.3-inch screens, one for your instruments, one for infotainment, merged together.
Ah, the big single panel look.
Exactly. And below that, there's a smaller separate screen, about 5 inches, just for climate controls. It has some customizable touch buttons, too. Keeps it looking clean. The infotainment system itself, they call it CCNC, Connected Car Navigation Cockpit. It's pretty advanced. Supports stuff like YouTube and Netflix, but only when you're parked, obviously.
Makes sense.
And it gets over-the-air updates, OTA, so the software stays current. Plus, Digital Key 2.0, using your phone or smartwatch to unlock and start the car. For ambience and comfort, you get 64-color ambient lighting, heated and ventilated seats are available, and acoustic glass to keep things quiet. And you mentioned that relaxation mode for the front seats during charging.
Yeah. Is it actually comfortable? Like, could you really take a nap while charging? Because sometimes those stops can drag on.
Apparently, yes. The seats are designed to recline quite far back, sort of like a lounge chair. Makes those 30-minute fast charges much more bearable, I'd imagine. And we shouldn't forget the back seats. They seem pretty spacious, too. They get their own USB-C ports, rear air vents, and they fold down in a 60-40 split, which is always handy for carrying bigger stuff.
Okay, sounds pretty well equipped inside. Let's talk performance again, briefly, and competition. How does it actually drive, and who is it really going up against?
Performance numbers. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour, that's 0 to 62 miles per hour, in about 7.0 to 7.5 seconds. Top speed is around 180 kilometers or 112 miles per hour, and as we said, 201 horsepower, 255 newton meters of torque. So it feels capable, confident for everyday driving. That instant EV torque makes it feel responsive around town. It leans more towards, let's say, smooth efficiency and practicality rather than being outright sporty or thrilling. It's not slow, but it's not a performance EV in its base form.
Gotcha. So who are its main rivals in the market then? It feels like it's aiming at a busy spot.
It really is. The competition is fierce. You've got the Tesla Model 3, obviously, known for performance, tech, that charging network.
Benchmark.
In many ways, yes. Then there's the Volvo EX30. That's a compact electric crossover, so slightly different body style, but focuses on design, safety, tech. You also have strong contenders from China like the BYD Atto 3. Good range, modern design, very competitive price. And the MG4 EV, another popular electric hatchback, especially in Europe. Sporty looks, good value. And let's not forget its cousin, the Hyundai Kona Electric. Similar tech-based comfort safety features. So it's a real mix.
That's quite a lineup. Where does Kia seem to think the EV4 can win against those? What's its unique selling point?
I think Kia's betting on the combination. It's trying to offer that really striking futuristic design, maybe more head-turning than some rivals. Plus packing in genuinely useful tech like V2L, a really modern and comfortable interior, and then hitting a price point that seriously undercuts some of the big names, especially Tesla. It's aiming for that sweet spot of style, tech, practicality, and crucially value. A value proposition in a cool package.
And safety. Always critical. What are we expecting there?
Safety is definitely a focus. Kia is targeting top ratings 5 stars from Euro NCAP, hoping for an IIHS top safety pick here in the U.S., and 5 stars from the U.S. NCAP. Now, these results aren't out yet. As of early 2025, we should name.
Right, but the equipment.
It's loaded. Highway Driving Assist 2, that's their advanced adaptive cruise with lane centering. Forward Collision Avoidance Assist 2, Lane Following Assist 2, Intelligent Speed Limit Assist. Also driver attention warning, remote smart parking assist letting the car park itself in some situations, and a 12-inch head-up display is available, projecting info onto the windshield. Plus, 7 airbags and a reinforced steel body structure. So they're putting the hardware in to aim for those top scores.
That sounds very comprehensive. It really shows how standard this level of safety tech is becoming, doesn't it?
It really does. It's moved beyond just airbags and crumple zones. Active safety is huge now.
Okay, the moment many have been waiting for.
Yeah.
The price. You mentioned it's competitive. What are the numbers looking like?
This is where it gets really interesting. Strategy seems quite aggressive. Expectations are for the base model, the EV4 Lite, with the smaller 58.3 kilowatt battery, to start around $35,000 USD. And the EV4 Wind, the one with the larger 81.4 kilowatt battery and likely more features, is expected around $39,000.
Wow, okay. That is aggressive, especially compared to a Model 3.
Exactly. It positions it right in the heart of the market, aiming to make it a very accessible choice for people looking to go electric.
Are there different versions beyond just the battery size, like trim levels?
Yes, seems like a typical Kia trim walk.
Yeah.
You've got the EV4 Lite as the entry point, likely with the smaller battery, good for daily commutes. Then the EV4 Wind, which brings the long-range battery and probably adds more comfort and convenience features. Above that, an EV4 GT line. This usually means sportier styling accents, maybe some nicer interior materials, more tech features bundled in, top of the standard range. And there's strong expectation of a future EV4 GT. That would likely be a high-performance version, probably dual motors for all-wheel drive, much quicker acceleration. But that's expected later on.
Makes sense. What are the early reviews saying? Any common themes emerging?
Yeah, the initial takes seem fairly aligned. Car and driver likes the range, the refined ride, and the standard features. But they did note that charging isn't class-leading speed-wise and felt the steering was maybe a bit unengaging for driving enthusiasts.
Okay.
Edmunds calls it a really important car for Kia's EV plans. They see it as great for daily driving, packed with tech, and excellent value, though they hadn't done a full road test yet. And Kelley Blue Book, KBB, really praised the design, modern, futuristic. They called it a budget EV that doesn't compromise on practicality, highlighting the techy, comfortable interior too. Warranty-wise, it should follow Kia's usual strong offering. Expect something like 5 years, 100,000-kilometer basic warranty, and a very good 7 or maybe even 8 years, 160,000 kilometers for the battery.
All right, it sounds mostly positive, but no car is perfect. What are some of the potential downsides or drawbacks people should be aware of? You mentioned maybe slower acceleration.
Right, nothing's perfect. Some potential cons mentioned are, yes, acceleration is slower than some key rivals like the Model 3. Real-world range, like any EV, might vary and could be less than the official figures depending on driving style, weather, etc. That sloping roofline, while stylish, might mean limited rear headroom for very tall passengers. Something to check out in person. Good point. In the lower trims, expect some basic materials, maybe more hard plastics, to keep the cost down. That home charging speed, potentially over 10 hours for 100% on a level 2, could be a drawback if you don't have easy overnight charging or need faster top-ups at home. The infotainment system, while feature-rich, might have a bit of a learning curve for some users initially. Lack of all-wheel drive on most initial trims is a factor for buyers in snowy climates. And, as is common, some of the most advanced safety features might be reserved for the higher, more expensive trims.
Okay, so some things to consider. But flipping that, what are the biggest advantages? What really makes the EV4 stand out and potentially deliver on that futuristic yet accessible promise?
The advantages are pretty compelling. First, that design. It's bold, futuristic, definitely makes a statement. Inside, the modern digital cockpit and the advanced infotainment system with wireless connectivity and OTA updates feel very current. Those semi-autonomous driving features like HDA2 add real convenience and safety. Excellent range, especially on the long-range version, tackles range anxiety. Efficient DC fast charging for road trips. Great interior comfort, especially those seats and the quiet ride from the acoustic glass. Availability of luxury touches like the panoramic sunroof and ambient lighting. And crucially, that competitive price point makes all this tech and style feel genuinely attainable. Plus, the strong target safety ratings provide peace of mind. Oh, and colors mentioned were green and phantom black. Production is split sedan in South Korea, hatchback in Slovakia.
So wrapping this up, what does the EV4 really mean for you, the listener, thinking about the future of EVs?
Well, I think the Kia EV4 2026 really shows Kia's strategy in action. They're bringing an elegant, efficient, tech-forward EV to market at a price that's truly accessible. It's aiming right for that sweet spot, perfect for families, commuters, anyone wanting a taste of the electric future without, completely breaking the bank. It's a very smart package.
Yeah, this deep dive definitely highlights that the EV future isn't just about ultimate speed or luxury badges anymore. It's becoming much more about clever design, features that actually make life easier, and making advanced technology approachable for everyday drivers. It really changes the game.
It really does. And it makes you wonder, as EVs get more common, more affordable, and features like V2L and especially V2G become standard, how is that going to fundamentally change how we see our cars? Will they stop being just transport and become, truly active, integrated parts of our homes or energy grids?
That's definitely something to think about as we all drive towards whatever comes next.